Hello folks, this is old Bubba, the Jewish Redneck Prepper, back with you today with another hope fun video, but at the same time seriousness to be taken. And today I wanted to discuss number one commandment of the Georgia Guidestones. Some people call them the Masonic stones, some people call them the Illuminati stones. I want to call them the New World Order stones. Now, the number one commandment, if you have never been to the Georgia Guidestones, which I have been plenty of times, this monument is nothing but the devil, of the devil and by the devil and for the devil's followers. Okay? What I would like you to see is the number one commandment is it says maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Folks, as of the last count, we're pushing 8 billion people worldwide. How do you take 8 billion people and get them down to 500 million? Nuclear war? No. Countries are afraid to drop the bomb on each other. Okay? It's going to have to be some kind of pandemic. And when you see this one commandment right here, don't just take my word for it. Look it up. It's all over the internet. Georgia Guidestones. Number one commandment says, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. When you read this, I want you to think of coronavirus. When you read this, I want you to think of the United Nations. When you read this, just think of depopulation of the world's population from 8 billion down to 500 million. To be in perpetual balance with nature. Folks, government are not for us. Okay? Worldwide, the governments are not for the people that they represent. You have different forms of government, and even our own government has been known in times past to turn against its people. It's nothing new. If you don't believe me, look at Waco, Texas. Look at Branch, which is the Branch Davidians. Many more. You can go by when the Japanese were rounded up during World War II and put in concentration camps all over America, lost their homes, lost their business. That's just two examples of the long list of what the United States will do to its own people. You don't think they don't, the people, the elitists, people who barely even know how to tie their shoes and what have to have somebody else to wipe their backside for, you think they can really care about you? Well, the liberal, conservative, Democrats, they're all in the same bed together. And that's world depopulation. So when you read this and see this video, go check it out for yourself. These monuments been up since 1980. And they have had millions of people visit them from worldwide. All it is about New World Order and getting the people controlled to the one world government, which we already have. It's called the UN. Okay, folks. Think coronavirus. Coronavirus, folks. Coronavirus. Agenda 21 is a United Nations agenda to depopulate the world. And this is one of their efforts. Been going on for many decades now. You see the red all over the United States? That's what United Nations wants us to look like. The yellow and the blue will stand for wherever there's population is. They want the United States, all the red to be forest, for most of the country to be forest. And only one way to do that is to relocate people and make bigger cities in the states or world depopulation. Folks, when you think of Agenda 21 and the United Nations, how about think of one thing? Coronavirus. Okay? This is not meant to be a conspiracy, but if you love truth, hey, look it up, Agenda 21. Okay? It's of the United Nations. United Nations don't care about you. They have their own political thing. New World Order. Okay? They want to get the world's population down from 8 billion down to 500 million. Don't believe me? Check out Agenda 21 for yourself. It's all over the internet. And if you do decide to look it up. Also look how the United States is connected with this Agenda 21 and how they have been persecuting our own population. Folks, it's not about a Republican, Democrat, liberal, or conservative viewpoint. It's about the destruction of the world's population. Don't believe me? Look it up for yourself. And when you do, think coronavirus. Folks, do you know what these are? These are chemtrails. Okay? Shoot off by plane. Okay? And they don't never dissipate. They widen as they spread out. And then it flows back down to Earth. Notice they're called chemtrails. When you can think of these planes putting out this mist and this dust and this fog all through all across this land, all across the world, I want you to think of one thing. I want you to think coronavirus. Are they just actually putting in the air that we breathe? Think about it. Coronavirus. Think about the United Nations Agenda 21. Depopulation of the world. From 8 billion to 500 million. If you don't believe me, check out the Georgia Guidestones. Folks, what's the reason for these chemtrails? And what are they putting in them for us to breathe? When you see this, folks, think of Agenda 21. World depopulation. Folks, I'm bringing you a picture. Look at the inside of this plane. See the tanks? See everything? Folks, these are chemicals that they use in planes and throw out. If you don't believe chemical trails is out there and there's something seriously wrong going on, check out this picture for itself. They usually say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Folks, when you see this inside of a big airplane that usually is a passenger plane, and you see tanks like this that where they're going to throw out chemical in the air, the same air that you and I breathe, I want you to think of only one thing. I don't want you to think of conspiracy or they're up to no good. I want you to think coronavirus. I want you to think flu virus that will attack our systems and kill off people worldwide. I want you to think coronavirus. Folks, something very sinister is going on. Been going on now for decades. Many people are waking up. Okay? Many people are wondering, but is it too late for us? Have we been played too long for suckers? What is really going on? Folks, I gave you the Georgia Guidestones. Folks, I gave you the Agenda 21. Folks, I gave you chemical trails. Okay? Told you how they did it. And here's just a picture of one plane with big, large barrels and for chemical trails. Folks, you believe whatever you want to. I'm just putting it out there. You can accept this or you can deny it. A lot of times, foolish people deny a lot of truth. They can see the truth right before their eyes and still deny it. Folks, the United Nations, the United States, and many foreign governments are up to something. Because you see, they're all Masonic brethren. They're all Shriner brothers. They're all part of the Illuminati. They are all part of the New World Order. Folks, when you see such pictures of this and other things I've showed you, think coronavirus. Think about how the coronavirus is just starting up. Is this just the test that the UN is using to just see how well prepared we are for the next thing they might have to give us? Folks, think coronavirus. Just think coronavirus. Folks, here's another airplane with barrels and equipment to gas us with whatever they got in there. Whatever kind of chemical they're spraying. Be my idea, it's got to be some kind of antibody thing to break down our immune systems, that whenever they throw out a virus, that our immune system cannot fight off of it. Folks, do you trust the CDC? Do you trust government? Vast majority of people I talk to not only love government, love big government. They trust anything and everything our Congress says. Doesn't matter who's in power, whether it's Democrat or Republican, conservative or Democrat. They're all for the same agenda, Agenda 21. Folks, to depopulate the earth from 8 billion to 500 million, a most sustainable number. Folks, that means you got to wipe out 7,500,000,000 people worldwide. And what's the best way to do that? By atomic bomb or by some kind of breathing and killing us off through some kind of pandemic? Folks, when you see this, I want you to think coronavirus. Don't trust your government, nor any official of your government. Think coronavirus. Hello, folks. When you see this building with the many flags flying about it, there's only one thing you can think: world domination, United Nations, and one world government. I keep hearing so-called false prophets and false preachers tell me all the time they're waiting on for the new world government to get here. The new world government has been here for a long time already. The worldwide court system, world laws, the worldwide banking system, the UN United States, UN Nations, United Nations Standing Army. Folks, if that's not a government, we got a government here, and it's United Nations and it's worldwide. United States being its bigger sponsor. If it wasn't for the United States, there would not be no United Nations, because we pay the biggest price. Not only that, but we have foreign people on our own soil. This building is in New York City. Why did it have to be placed in our country unless our country is flipping the bill for the whole world? Folks, there's only one agenda on their mind. It's called Agenda 21. And how do the Georgia Guidestones fit in it? It's world depopulation. So, folks, when you see this United States building, the United Nations building, I want you to think of only one thing: Agenda 21 and world depopulation from 8 billion down to 500 million. That is their goal, folks. You see, they used to keep it hidden back in the 60s and 70s and 80s with their little games they used to play. But see, now it's coming more wide open, and they're not scared to tell you what they're really up to. They want a worldwide destruction of people. They want a worldwide bloodbath. And that's what these heathens and these pagans and these devil worshippers are up to. They're up to no good. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. Their minds are focused on Agenda 21 and world depopulation by any means and every means they can. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to inspire you to look up things for yourself. Think coronavirus. God bless. Enjoy the journey. Shalom.